everybody, David Zere. Welcome back to Breaking Point on Real America's Voice News. Yes, I'm old. I need glasses. So every once in a while, I love being in business and in media because you meet so many incredible people across this incredible country. This is the best country in the world. I've been to a communist country. My family's been all over the world. There's nothing like the United States, and entrepreneurs and capitalism-inspired people. And one of them is Jeff Epstein. He's the founder and president of Healing the Wounds. He's dedicated the last 40 years of his professional life to real estate, mortgage banking, marketing, business management, media relations, and other stuff. But more importantly, he has this wonderful organization called Healing the Wounds. Jeff Epstein, welcome to the show.
Thanks, David. Great to see you today.
Yeah, really. It's great. We've spoken several times over the last year or two. Marie, my mother, says hello. And, you've been a powerhouse in the political front, and you've done so many things. But tell us a little bit about Healing the Wounds and your organization. Now, you spent time in Alaska, right?
38 consecutive summers, Dave. See, I got the gray hair to prove it.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, so you're also the founder of Outback Kodiak Alaska Wildlife Wilderness Adventures, right?
Yeah, I ran that for a number of years, and mostly just taking friends up personally guided tours, some incredible people, just introducing them to the Alaskan wilderness and taking them out on fishing excursions, bear viewing excursions, and I had a lot of fun taking families out and getting to see kids that were so awe-inspired by adventures they never dreamed of.
So you're also, you have 50 years of maritime experience, and you're a captain and maintain a master's credential with the Coast Guard. So the reason I bring all this up, because you're giving these wonderful experiences to the youth of America who are the children of fallen heroes and first responders, especially when kids are teenagers, when they need some help and a reason for being, right? Tell us about what you do for them.
We founded Healing the Wounds as a charitable organization to help children who lost parents in service to country and service to community. So that's law enforcement, of course, the military. It's a developmental program. We're taking them out of the elements, we're taking them out of some pretty nasty current situations, taking them away from their home environments and the neighborhoods, and bringing them somewhere that they've never experienced anything like that before. The program itself, the first couple weeks, the summer aspect of it, will be conducted under the supervision of several college professors and professionals up there. The reason I did this, David, basically was I had that experience on the ground up there, and I saw how it changed lives, and I figured that these children deserved that type of support. It's something that a lot of them are not getting anywhere else. So just to tell you a little bit, it's going to be a 12-month mentoring program as well. We're going to continue to support them around the clock. We're going to support them with a 24-hour, 365-day-a-year call-in center where they could reach out for help and talk to professionals. We intend to develop an internship program through which they could secure marketable job-related skills. There'll be educational programs, webinars, tutorials to help them, self-betterment programs to help them build self-confidence, just like the summer program. But the decision was made to make the educational programs available to every child in America that has any interest, basically in personal growth.
Right.
What I wanted to tell, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go on.
The Army reached out to us. They were very enthusiastic. They endorsed the program, and sadly, the Army alone has 20,000 kids under its wings. A majority of which, and once again, that's just the Army, but a majority of which lost parents in service, well, because of their service, because 70 to 75% of all military-related casualties today have resulted from PTSD-induced suicides.
Yeah, one a day almost in the United States, right? Or actually 20 a day, about 20 a day.
And when we first started out with the program, I was looking to roll it out just for Gold Star families. And then when we realized what the numbers were, and these children who really deserve the attention and the support, they're not getting it. So in the fall of 2019, I hosted a pilot week. And the Army referred a half dozen kids that were representative of the 20,000. And we treated them to quite a week. We basically simulated what they would experience in Alaska. And it had a permanent impact on 2 of those children because I'm still in contact with the families. One of them arrived. He lives in an inner city. There's nothing else I could call it, a hellhole. He's never had a friend over after school. He's afraid to go out of his house at a risk of being shot. It's a tough neighborhood. The week before the pilot week, this was last week, August 2019, his adopted grandmother, who adopted him when he was 17 months of age after his father was killed in Afghanistan, so he's Gold Star. She was driving into the neighborhood and somebody opened fire on the car. Wow. The family in the car, they took rounds in the driver's side, front, and rear fenders. And fortunately, nobody was hit, but that's been his life. He's never been out of that. So I had him for a week. And like I said, it was developmental. We really had a major impact on his life. I'm still in contact with him since she called me 3 days after we had him. And she said, what did you do to Kalan? And Dave, I said, what do you mean? I was afraid. What do we do to Kalan? But she said, no. He came home after just 1 week. He started making his bed, cleaning his room without being asked. He wasn't in good physical shape. He really wasn't. He was a marshmallow. He was clumsy, awkward, shy, but just got along well with everybody.
These experiences are so meaningful. Even from the age, like, say, 9 and up. When I was a kid, I was in the Air Force Auxiliary for 4 years as a teenager. We did 60% of the missing aircraft searches for civilian air crashes. And, there was Leadership Laboratory, aerospace education. It was really awesome. But there's nothing like that. I mean, the Civil Air Patrol still exists, but the Boy Scouts isn't what it used to be. And when I was a kid, they had like Outward Bound, take troubled youth and help them, bring them up to the mountains and make them rappel off a cliff and give them confidence. So tell us about what these kids will be doing in Alaska and what type of leadership skills will they be developing?
Well, you know what? Before I do that, if I may, I just want to share something. So this boy was not physically fit, like I said. We provided a platform for other children to support each other, treat each other with kindness, which they did. There were no disciplinary issues, and they encouraged each other along. He went home and he signed up for a gym, and he got himself into physical shape. He ended up on the high school basketball team. When he arrived, he was an F student. He went up. He's on the honor roll in his school. He's an A student now. In the last report, David, that I received from his adopted grandmother last night, was he was pulling A's and he's on the honor roll both first 2 quarters of this year. So it really changed her life. I talk to her every week or so. It's unbelievable. Yeah. As far as Alaska, listen, they're going to spend time in the wilderness under the direction of college professors and professionals. But on top of that, Captain Michael Hawk, Green Beret retired, has volunteered, time permitting, to be on the ground up there helping the kids. He had shows on both the Discovery Channel and the History Channels, and that's what he does. He's committed to helping children. So the long and the short of it is, I hired a professional team. We recorded the highlights of the pilot week, and it was edited down to a short movie, and for the first time now, we're releasing it. It's going to say much about what the permanent program is in Alaska, and also it really does exemplify what we accomplished through the pilot week. But next month, this is for the full month of March, we're hosting a fundraiser in the form of a silent auction. And we're releasing right now the footage, that short movie, in support of that fundraiser.
Right.
And I just want to encourage everybody to visit our site and watch the movie. I think they'll be moved. Even Michael Hawke, who shot the head and the tail of that film, he shot it when he was on the front lines in Afghanistan last year, performing search and rescue missions for the State Department. It wet his eyes. That was his response when he watched it.
Jeff, in less than 30 seconds, tell us where our viewers can find you and get involved.
Absolutely. Please visit healingthewounds.org. That's HEALINGTHEWOUNDS.org. Listen, we need help. My wife and I have funded probably 90% of this mission over the last 4 years. But we want to encourage people to visit the site, healingthewounds.org. Just review all the pages, watch the movie, and if you'd like to, basically register a bid, because we're going to be auctioning off a beautiful boat, motor, and trailer.
So, Jeff, thank you so much for coming on the show. We're going to promote your organization, and I hope to talk to you real soon, okay?
Thank you, David.
Thank you for all your hard work. This is David Zere. You're watching Breaking Point on Real America's Voice News.